Welcome everyone to today's quick action, high intensity training here. We do these every Friday live, but you might be catching the replay on YouTube or Facebook. So go ahead and give me a like and a comment and a subscribe and let me know what you think. If you're here live with me, I love the live interactions. You guys get to ask me questions. We get to interact. You get to hear the behind the scenes before we even start, which is awesome. Today is no different because we are going to be talking about the pathway to fast quality content. And you're probably here because you love content as much as I do. Last week we did a training on how to create free Mobi files and EPUB files. If you want to go ahead and check that out on Draft Digital, I talked about how to publish your content in multiple places. That was a great training video about content. Now, let's talk about some of the ways that you can create this content very, very quickly, especially if you're publishing. Mostly today, we're talking about publishing print books or printables, which we will get into, or books that you're publishing to other platforms other than Amazon. Amazon is a little bit strict with using the type of content that I'm going to be talking about today. But as of right now, the content that I'm talking about today, you can actually use anywhere else, like on Printables, print books, and on other platforms. And my secret that I want to share with you is using other people's content. So let's first talk about what kind of content we can create. Those of you who know me, you know I talk a lot about creating physical books and workbooks that you can actually put in the hands of your customers. And people can either buy these from you on like Kindle or Amazon, which used to be CreateSpace, but now all under Amazon now, or they can buy it if you publish other print marketplaces or physical books. Printables are kind of like one-page, maybe templates or fill in the blank or checklists, things like that, things that people can use to jot stuff down. We're going to be talking about this more and more because if you're in the business of helping people, having something that a person can actually interact with, like a workbook or a printable, is very, very, very powerful to help people get to wherever it is you want to help them with. So if you want them to help them get to the next level of their business, maybe you want to help them overcome something like a fear or an anxiety. Maybe you want to help them achieve their goals. Maybe you want to help them not worry so much and live in the now and enjoy the ride. Whatever it is, gain confidence. All of these things coupled with content to get that person to the next level is so powerful, especially if you can put something in somebody's hands. On the same notion are like journals, right? People filling in what fear do they want to overcome? Where do they see themselves in the next 5 years? Things like that. And then, of course, we have the one-page content ideas, which can also be coupled a lot with, and I did a training on this a couple years ago called Azon Love Child. I should probably bring that back because it was a great product, but it's all about like one-page info products where you could teach somebody something on one page, like for instance, how to use an exercise ball or how to use a yoga ball, how to stretch, what are the best top 10 stretches that you can do. And you can do this in the form of graphics and in the form of content, okay? So that's the type of content that we're creating for people. Very, very powerful and very lucrative, okay, if you can create good ones. Having somebody go through an interactive journey with you is something that really gets people to the next level. Or I'll just give you an example. So I have a coach and I have this whole like packet to fill out before I was going to be getting coached like one-on-one. She's like, oh, fill this out, and then you cannot do anything else until you fill this out. And I'm like, all right, fine. After answering all these questions, I realized what it is I wanted to change in my business. Without even getting a lick of coaching from my new coach, I already kind of discovered ways that I needed to help myself first. So that's why the practice of writing something down is so powerful. And I never was one to believe in like journaling or anything like that. And now I like completely have a change of heart with that because I think it really, really helps. So if you can have some kind of mechanism where you're helping somebody with physical content, either them typing something out, you're asking them questions, or they're writing stuff down just for themselves, then that actually helps somebody, right? So if you can incorporate that into your marketing, it will be very, very good for you. You can, of course, create this content on your own. It might take you a little while to do that. Or you can find ways that you can have the content created for you, or you can pre-purchase this kind of content, which is like fill in the blank type of Word document, easy to edit content. And that's what we're after, because if you're buying content that you want to either print out to sell, for people to print out to sell, or you making a book out of this content, you're going to want to edit it slightly, like brand it. You might want to take stuff out that's not pertinent to you, because sometimes one size does not fit all. Let me just give you a couple examples here. So you should see this here, Publish for Prosperity. This is Alice Seba's. This is the deal that I'm running this week, actually. But this is awesome, because when I saw this, it's like, this is the business that Alice is in. She provides awesome content for people like you and me to help other people. She's giving away 100 best-selling worksheets and printables for, this is a special price when I gave you the coupon code. The coupon code, I'll just write it in here, is Printables. All right, and so basically you can take these printables and do it just as I said in the beginning of this video. You could make it into your own workbook, and you could edit at all of them, or you can put them onto sites where you can sell them individually, like Amazon, like Etsy, like other like teachable type content sites. You can't resell this. That's you don't have the rights to resell it, but you can use it to profit. You can use it in a way where you can actually take this information and compile it as your own, brand it as your own, and use it to help other people succeed, doing the things that I kind of talked about. And having this kind of process, having this mechanism in your business where you have the content that you can help other people with, just adds a lot of value to your business. And as it says here, the content is easy to use and saves you plenty of time and money while you grow your business. And that's completely accurate. If I was helping people through confidence issues, better your career, get motivated. I mean, what kind of business doesn't have the pursuit to motivate somebody else? Like, I could think of that for every type of niche: business, health, wellness, get off your butt, stop watching TV and exercise, pain management, right? There's Stella in the background. She's agreeing with me. So we got happiness, focus. These are whole things that could be used kind of across any single niche that sells products in. Then we have here success mindset, all these. I mean, the growth mindset. There's positivity, motivation. There's just so much content here that you can just plug and play into any business model. It's so awesome. They're all editable. And again, you want to brand them. And like, if you don't like one, maybe improve your public speaking skills doesn't fit in your business, then just don't include that one. It's just, it's as simple as that. This is just one example. This is the deal that I'm running this week. To talk about other sources of awesome content, or places where you can find awesome content, like, for instance, anything that you want to do in terms of, let's say, like, you're a yoga instructor. You can type in yoga PLR. And PLR is private label rights. We've talked about this a lot. And you can find graphics and you can find high level content. And the way that you decipher great PLR versus old school, not so great PLR is just by looking at the marketing. We talk about looking at the marketing. I haven't even done this research yet. I'm just doing it like right off the cuff. You look at this and it's kind of like, to me, and I don't know if this is true, to me this looks a little bit old school. When I say old school, I'm like pre-2017. Okay, so because like I'd say like 2017, 2016 maybe is when people started to really produce awesome PLR, like really, really good stuff that you can buy for cheap. Where you can actually find a lot of great PLR is JeebiesZoo, the JeebiesZoo marketplace. If you go to jeebieszoo.com and you just search the products and you put in like whatever PLR, like business PLR, Facebook marketing PLR, Instagram marketing PLR, you can find some awesome stuff. This is an example of kind of like the new age type of PLR that we're looking for. Now, don't let the marketing fool you, because sometimes the marketing can be better than what the actual PLR is. So you really want to kind of look at what's being offered here. So you kind of just want to see what's being offered and the price. So you can find really, really great stuff. So let's say you wanted to do like a one-page kind of printable on Facebook Messenger. You can probably pick this up and grab like a couple paragraphs of really great content. So if you didn't want to write the content yourself, you can mix and match. And this is how I actually used to write entire books. I would find really good content, change it around, make it my own, brand it, and resell it. For us content creators and content marketers, if we can get like 50% of the way there before we even start, we're already ahead. And if we have a game plan of how we can finish that work and make it look really good and make it very valuable for our customers, that's the way to do it. So I've given you a couple links here today. The main link is to the deal that I'm running for Alasiba, and that is right here. This is the Printables. I also gave you the link to last week's video. If you can go ahead, give that a little bit of a watch and a like and a comment and a subscribe. That would be so, so cool for me and cool for you, because I really like this one, and I think it's going to be very beneficial, and it will tie in nicely with this week's training. Well, thank you, everyone. I hope this was very helpful for you. I had a great time with this as well. Content is what drives the internet, and people love it, and the more concise you can be and the quicker that you can create it and get it out, the better it is for everyone. Okay, so I'll see you on next week's live session. Bye bye.